Hi, class. Happy almost Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are all set to have a wonderful weekend and get some rest. As you get ready to end the class, I wanted to go over just a couple of things that will ensure that you end the class successfully. What I have on the screen is the view that you see when you open up the course. Just a reminder before I hop in to go over the final assignments that you can still turn in late work. And in fact, I encourage you to. Like I've said before, some of the assignments are very comprehensive and they might seem overwhelming sometimes. But if you just kind of rip the Band-Aid off and do them, you'll find that even if you struggle, whatever you turn in is way better than making a 0. And really no one fails the class unless they just don't turn in work. So there's a lot of room for you to receive feedback because really the course assignments are set up to stretch your thinking and for you to practice skills, and no one expects you to master them. And so don't let those assignments overwhelm you and then prevent you from turning them in. But let's look at what's due for the final days of our class. So as you see, you're at the home page and this is where your announcements are. I'm going to go to the content section. On the content section, if you scroll down to the bottom left, you'll see you can click directly into the proctored final exam here, or you can go to Unit 7 where our final assignments are due. We're going to start with the proctored exam first because that's the thing that probably is could be most concerning to students because they hear exam and they get worried, especially if it says proctored. And we've really been focusing on the final project, and that's where I want you to continue to put your focus and your efforts. The proctored final exam is not something you have to make an appointment for, and you'll see here the school's done a pretty good job of explaining that here at the top. This is an exam that, yes, you have to do. Yes, you can use your notes. You do have to use the browser lockdown software. I'm going to curve this, and this is really just to stretch your thinking and to see what type of information you've retained from the course. But I am going to curve this heavily because this is the first time this exam has been used in this particular course. It's new to the course. So don't stress out about this exam. I guess that's the best way I can say it. Also, you have to take this exam in order to pass the class. So no matter what your grade is, you have to take the exam in order to even get a grade on your transcript for the class. So when I say don't stress about it, I don't mean don't do it. Okay, so what you're going to do is download the browser, and there's all the instructions here for this. There's an exclamation here. This is where explanation. So this is where you download it. This is the explanation. Here's a practice quiz. Here's your webcam start guide. And then this is the actual exam itself. So you can see here it starts on December 4th and it's due by December 9th. So you have time to download this browser before you take the exam. And what the browser is going to do is make sure that it's actually you taking the exam. Again, let it be you. Don't try to cheat the system. There's no real reason for you to have to do that. Okay. The other things that you have to attend to, and this is where I really want you to put your effort because this is where you're really practicing skills that you can use out in your real world. And those are those critical thinking, research, and communication skills, as well as research. So you'll see here there's a quiz, a Unit 7 assignment, a discussion board, and then your final project. So hopefully most of you have turned in your final project part 1. If you haven't, please go ahead and do that. It's really more of a participation grade to help you frame your thinking and help you to not procrastinate for the final project. The final project, you do need to make sure that you do not inappropriately use AI. I think I've dropped some messages to you guys about the inappropriate use of AI previously. And again, not to sound like a broken record, but there's no need for you to use AI to write the paper. It's just not necessary. You'll put yourself at risk for plagiarism when it's not even necessary because this is really about you practicing your own written communication skills. So Unit 7 is really where I want you to focus your effort and energy, but please make sure you do take the final exam because it is necessary in order to get that grade on your final transcript. I remain here if you need me. I do hope you guys have a great long weekend and then finish strong. Bye.